Hey man, I am here with you today. My name is DJ Strick, and of course, you know what's going on. It is the Stream Show, and we got people already chiming in from Puerto Rico. Oh man, thank you for coming. Gretchen, thank you for coming. And yes, I do have Laura with me today, and she's going to talk a little bit about the new Shure microphone, the lavaliers, man. You guys been seeing people talk about it. So I've got mine, one in hand, well, there you go. Well, thank you, Laura, for coming to hang out. Gretchen, to coming to hang out with us today. I do have some things that I'm doing that's a little different in our show. So actually I had a chance to talk to Laura just a few minutes ago, a couple of hours ago, and I got the footage from her and all of the details about what's going on with this new mic. And you're gonna get a chance to hear that in just a minute. And let me stop this music here. Just wanted to get something going while I open up today. My man Kirk is on spring break as well, and he's trying to get to internet. So hopefully we see him tonight as well. Micah, thank you for hanging out with me. Why not? Like, guys, as you are coming in and as you're saying hello, my God. Yes, Doc Rock, thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon, this morning. For you, I guess it's a couple of hour difference for you out there. Thank you for coming through. And then I see Gretchen and then No from Puerto Rico. Man, this is really, really cool. So you guys are coming through. I really do appreciate it. As you're coming in, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know that you are watching today. And of course, at any moment that you see something, hear something that you really like, that resonates with you, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let me know that it resonates with you, that you liked it, and it is something that really, really helps you. Guess what? I would appreciate that, and so would Ecamm Live. So, Doc, I had a chance to check out your unboxing yesterday, and it's in Doc's fashion, very detailed. Love what you do. Love the way you're able to do it in a way that, I don't know, I just connect with it, man. I appreciate it. I wanted to hear a little bit more about the product before Laura and I talked. So I saw you were doing an unboxing. So let me check my man Doc out. And great job on that. And, you always do it very, very well. So thank you for sharing your information with the rest of us, man, with the whole crew. So I have so many things that I want to talk about today, but I tell you what I want to do. As people are coming in, I'm not going to make this hard at all. I want to jump right into the conversation I had with Laura, and I guarantee you guys, you're going to absolutely love this. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to go in between Laura and I's in my conversation with her, and we're going to talk about it. I also have the website up. We'll go through, and hopefully today you understand which product or what combination of the product is best for you. So here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Davidson. Strick, thank you so much for having me back on the Stream Show. I have been so excited and waiting to tell your audience about this incredible new product from Shure, because I work for Shure, and it's called the Move Mic, and it's 2-channel direct-to-phone audio, wireless audio. So right now, I'm using it. So what you're hearing is the Move Mic going through the receiver. So if you want to do a workflow where you have a lavalier mic going into your stream, you can do that by getting this receiver, the mic, and plugging in USB-C. The audio runs over USB-C, and then I'm wireless. I could get off camera. I could be doing demonstrations. I could be using my hands and not be tied to a microphone, in my shot, like my normal kind of boom arm scenario that I have with this guy. So it's a game changer. But the direct to phone thing is what I was really excited to show you, and I've been dying to tell you about it for months. But basically, within our Motive audio or video app now, you can pair up your phone 2 channels of audio. No one else can do this, where you pair up 2 channels of audio directly to your phone, boom, that easily. And now I have control over one mic. And if I push and hold this, I can have control over 2 mics. It'll pair up. The first time you pair up, it takes a little bit more just stepwise to get it to recognize the microphones. Like if I do this, it's saying how the second one is not connected. So I just tap that and it's there. So that's how you can have control over the mics completely within the app, which these apps are nothing new. The Motive audio and video apps have been around since we started Motive, but now you can control these wireless microphones and take your sound on the go anywhere that you go. And it really gives you a ton of freedom. Now it's a condenser microphone, so it's got some great sensitivity in all the right ways. And it is an IPX rated microphone, meaning dust, sweat, water, it's not going to get into your mics. So not only is it really, really small and really super portable and really easy to pair to your phone, it's also going to block out dirt and all kinds of things. So, and water and sweat. So it's going to keep you up and running no matter where you are. So that's the new Move mic. And I've been wanting to tell you about it. So, so what questions are coming to your mind, Strick, as you're seeing it for the first time? And I'm going through my workflow here.
So I just absolutely love the fact that she had an opportunity to kind of show it to us and all of the things that go around it. But while I have you guys that are in the comments like crazy, I don't want to stop it. And let me, I almost missed it here with some of you guys that are coming through. I know Lala is here, and anytime Lala is here, man, I want to shout her out. So, yes, it is a very small unit that you can clip on, and I think Doc displayed this yesterday, but Laura actually was on it while she was doing this video here that we had a chance to do earlier today, and it didn't make her shirt move in any way. As far as, no one likes the shirt that flops, the floppy shirt, because you're trying to clamp on the lavalier. That didn't happen, and Doc is saying he's here to answer any questions if you guys, he had an opportunity to be an early tester of the product, and so if you got questions, Doc is here to kind of help me walk through this all of this. It is perfect for my traveling vlogs when I am crafting with Mo. There you go. So Lala, you already know what's going on. At least thank you for coming through, saying hello to Laura. And let me see here. Here we go. My man Chris, I'm loving the Move mic. Killer quality lab mic and amazing noise reduction. Did you hear how she sounded with it in the video? Because it was actually, she was using the mic in our interview here earlier, and I thought the sound quality is great. Now I'm here with these things on my ear monitor, so I'm getting a great quality sound through this. So I just kind of like what it's doing. So Doc said this in his thing, and I didn't know it, but they're coming up on 99 years of making microphones, or SHURE being a company. They know how to make mics. Well, I'm a SHURE guy, the SN7B boy. So I'm definitely on the SHURE team, and I like the quality of the mics that I have, because I have probably about 3 or 4 of their mics now. And I like that, how cool it is. I like how cool it is. So Ben is asking a question: what's the price point? How does this mic compare to the SN7? Okay, great question. Let me take a look at some of this now, since you know what? Let me get back to the video, Ben. Laura's going to explain how these things are set up, the combinations that you can get, and then I'll go over the price point. And I'm going to start with a question here, so you guys will hear me talk to her on this part. Like the idea of the app, and I think I've seen other options that you can do with the app as far as being able to record to your phone.
Yes.
So if someone's doing a podcast and you're doing a podcast on the go, basically you have a lab for you and your guest, and basically you can just hit record and do your podcast anywhere.
Yes, exactly. So then instead of having to run multiple things, you just pair this one up to your phone and hit record. Now it's going to record directly into our app when you are in the direct to phone form factor and functionality. But you can also stream directly from our app, which is really cool. So if I go here, I'm in the app now,
Mhm.
and I can tap this little icon down here. That's our streaming app icon. My finger will work. And that will take you to this screen, which says connect to Facebook or a stream key. So it will actually interface directly to Facebook Live. So if I want to
Okay.
go Facebook Live with two people, that's all I need. Two mics, my phone, boom. And Ecamm Live, I can also stream directly to that stream key using my phone.
I think that's super cool. And you have the audio that's going to be clear. Tell me exactly the technology that goes behind these mics. You call it it's a dynamic mic. No, you said it was a condenser
Condenser.
mic, correct?
Yep. Yep. So it's a condenser mic. Here, I'll take this little windscreen off. So it does come with these windscreens. If you buy these, they're going to come like this with the windscreens off. So you want to make sure you pop those on because they are going to give you some nice plosive rejection and wind rejection. But your capsule, look how tiny it is. It's
Wow.
right in there. So condenser microphone, meaning it's going to pick up more of the sounds just inherently. That's how most lavaliers are designed. So it's not a directional mic, it's an omni. But it's working over our proprietary Bluetooth protocol to get the direct to phone from the mic to the phone. So it's not just straight up Bluetooth that all of your wireless headsets use or, Bluetooth devices that you're used to. It's a custom designed protocol. That's why we can have the two channels. And then when you're using the receiver, this guy, this is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless system. So I can't emphasize enough, this is a professional wireless system. So when you buy this, you have two channels direct to phone, you have two channels through the receiver. You can go to your digital SLR through the 3.5 millimeter out. You can go USB out. You can monitor headphones in real time. So this is a very comprehensive workflow. But if you're just using your phone, you want to be out in the field capturing great audio or doing a podcast in far and away places directly to your phone, it's such a cool solution for that.
I really like it. So basically, you're giving me two options with these lavaliers, using my mobile phone or using the receiver. And that
Mhm.
receiver could connect to your computer, USB-C, or you can actually plug it into a mixer, anything like that, like our roadcasters and all of that.
Yeah, you can run out of the receiver. It comes with this little 3.5 millimeter
Uh-huh.
cable. So you could run it out, to something with an XLR input with an adapter.
Right.
Um, so yeah, you have
And
that
I have tons of
functionality as
those
well.
adapters laying all over the place because,
Yeah,
basically that's how you would
I don't
have, as a
have.
DJ, that's how we used to set
Yeah.
up our computers
Ah,
using that kind of cable. Yes.
okay. Well, you just taught me something new. The
Yeah,
way I've
that's
been
how.
using it, which I thought was kind of cool, is 3.5 millimeter out into the aux input of a little portable wireless speaker that my daughter's music teacher has at in public school,
Uh-huh.
because he was using this little wearable Bluetooth mic that was like not, it wasn't sounding good, it wasn't projecting his voice, and he was paired to a little Bluetooth speaker, and this sounded like a professional wireless system, and it was just running off of this into the 3.5 millimeter aux input. And even if you went up to a 1/4 inch or an XLR, like you could still do it. So yeah, there's a lot of flexibility with this.
I got you. How long do you think Shure was working on getting this system out?
A long time. Yeah, I mean, it's been talked about for a long time, and we just really wanted to do it right. So we took our time putting it out there with all the right features that we wanted to see, and having this custom two-channel protocol is something that we're really proud of. And yeah, that takes a minute, but we have
Yeah,
some of the best in the biz engineer-wise.
sounds like it. So, price point compared to some of its competitors,
Hmm.
like the
So the one that
DJI
I'm
and
using,
Rode. Uh-huh.
yeah, right now, so I have like all of this in front of me. I should have done my overhead shot, but it's Sunday and I'm ill-equipped and unprepared. No, okay. So when you get the kit, it comes with this little sleeve,
Okay.
and the sleeve has the charge case, which gives you 8 hours of battery life plus two additional 8-hour charges. So you get 24 hours of battery life from this case. So if you get it with the Move Mic 1, which is one setup, it just looks like that when
Okay.
you get it home. If you get the Move Mic 2, it looks like that. And
Okay.
then if you get the Move Mic receiver kit, it comes with all of this. So you get the receiver, USB-C cables, the coiled 3.5 millimeter, the charge case, and the 2 mics. And that one runs $499 US. So I can't emphasize enough, though, that this is truly a professional wireless system. So if you're looking for something that's going to be reliable, durable, pro, this is the best possible solution for you and also give you the most flexibility.
I love it when you're definite in what you're saying. This is a pro-level system.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. I absolutely hope you got all of the details. Now, for Ben, let me say this before I get started. Thank you, Doc. Doc is in the comments right now, killing it for me, answering all of the questions. And Elise has another question. She's calling it roundup, but let me see if I can at least start with her question, and then we will actually go to some of this other stuff here. Can you have the Move mic plus the receiver connected to an iPhone and use iPhone? I don't think you're able to do it that way. And it's an iPhone thing, so it's going to be looking for the audio for one thing or the other. It's kind of like saying, hey, can I have two Bluetooths connected at one time? All right. But I think that's a great question. You definitely asked a great question. So the way the setup is done, and let me start here because I want to make sure that everybody understands what this Move mic is. So basically, you're able to get the Move Mic 1. And of course, here is the price point for the Move Mic 1, $249. And it gives you, Laura just showed it, it's just the charging case with one microphone. And see if I can go through the pictures here so you get an idea. That's also what the windscreen looks like on top of the condenser there. That's the way it would look inside of the case. All right, the back side of it, case, she basically already showed us that. I think this is really cool. It is for someone that they know that it's basically for them. You know that you're not going to have any other gas. It's just going to be you using the mic. That's a great setup for you, okay? It's a great setup for you. Now, if you're also a person that says, hey, I need two of them, there might be a chance that I am podcasting with someone, all right? I want to be sure that I could get all of this. So let's go to Move Mic 2. So basically you get two mics. I mean, it's really simple, and it's $349, the price point there for it. And this is the way it would come with the case. Now, Laura said with this case, you get basically 24 hours worth of charging. And as far as 8 hours, a couple of times. All right. And for the last one, like if you get the whole thing, $499 for the receiver, two mics and a receiver, just to kind of get an idea of what this is. And I thought Doc did a great job the other day going through the buttons of the receiver, how it's kind of like a joystick. You're able to go through the toggles. I want to see if it gives me a side view here of that receiver where you have a USB-C and a headphone jack coming out of it. And also, she talked about the other output coming here on the side. Really, really cool. Cold mount here if you want to be able to put it somewhere. You have all of that ability with this particular setup. I think that Shure knocked it out of the box with that. As you can tell, they have it on this one on top of the cameras. Just really, really cool setup. All right. You get a lightning cable you can get with that, or some additional accessories. And then, of course, Shure's going to sell you some other stuff, right? Related products. So let me get to the comments here again, see where you guys are inside of the comments, and see if I can answer a couple of questions that you may have. Here, let's start with Chris. The receiver connects to the DSLR camera. You can monitor the move mic from an iPhone with the app, the video app. All right, I like that. So you basically use your phone and you can kind of monitor. So, man, this, Chris, that could really help people that don't have a audio out for their video on their DSLR. I really like that. I didn't even think about that, but that's really cool. Okay, so man, I didn't know she was one of your favorite people, but thank you for letting me know. And I'm glad she's here. And because guess what? We love new people coming through the stream show. And who else do I have here that I thought was new or maybe a new profile pic? So Dan, so thank you, Dan, for coming through today. Appreciate you stopping through. We're talking about microphone. And I think what does that take here? Okay. She's saying she takes the love. There you go. I love that. So she's saying, hey, Doc, sometimes I'm in a super loud place and regular cellular headphones are hard for me to use because I can't hear. And I end up being able to hear the other person. So that's a good question. So, man, the only thing that really helps in a case where you're trying to use headphones and over the ear is best if you're going to be in a loud place that really does the noise cancellation for you. And I'm sure Doc is going to answer that question for you as well. But this is outside of the microphone. But if you're trying to monitor your, I get it. You wanted to be able to connect so that you can hear the person and you're saying, hey, can I use my iPhone earbuds to connect? I get what you're trying to say here. Yeah, I think that if it's really, really loud and you need to be able to hear that person, it may not look as good, but oh man, you can never go wrong with having studio monitors. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about these another video ago, and these are my Sennheiser. Man, as a DJ, I got these as a gift a long time ago, and these things go a long way. So definitely something that you can check out, all right? And also here, Rainy Cajun, thank you for coming through. Can you take the audio out from the receiver and put it into a roadcaster? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of the things that I think that makes this new mic from Shure so versatile, because you're able to use the app in your phone to do some things with your phone, and you're actually able to go live from the app. So you can go live from Facebook. You can actually send your signal to Ecamm, all kind of stuff with the app, and not use the receiver, just connecting to your phone with inside of that app. I just think that it's really, really cool. But you also have the ability to take the receiver and use it like anything else. Connect the receiver right to your computer, and it will, like Ecamm would actually see that as your microphone source, and you could use it as your mic. I mean, there's so many options that you have for that, okay? And again, Doc is doing his thing inside of the chat, and he's actually giving out, and I want to show you this. So he's talking to Elise about what type of headphones to get, and he recommended some things that you can actually go to his website to pick up, all right, the items that are there, and gives you a great idea of, you know, what may be best for you to rock with if you need the best headphones. I mean, listen, if Doc says it, you might want to check it out because he knows what he's talking about. The truth is the truth, right? I'm going through the comments here to be sure I haven't missed anybody. And let me see here. I don't think so. I don't think I missed a question. You guys have been great. Let me do this while I'm looking at that. I want to wrap up with Laura really quick, guys. If you have any more questions, just put them in the chat and we'll get to them.
Something that you buy on a whim. This is something where you're looking for a solution. This checks all the boxes. You know, some people are saying, well, I can't use it direct to phone in my apps, my external video apps. That's not a limitation of the mic. That's just how the protocol works. So that's why if you're using the direct to phone, you want to use the Motive Video app, which is no schlep. There is a ton of stuff that you can do in this app. It's not just a basic app. You can change the frame rate, the resolution. You can change your gain while you're recording, which is very, very handy.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. My phone just decided to do a software update, so that's fun.
Don't you love that, right?
An emergency one, apparently, is what it's telling me. So that's what's so different about it. It's not a limitation. If you're going to be using wireless lavalier microphones within external software like Filmic Pro, for example, you need to use the receiver. That's a professional level workflow, and that's what's to be expected. If you're using it direct to phone, you have the ability now to go 2 channels into the Motive Video app, which again is no schlep, and record beautiful sounding audio that you can then export to all of your favorite platforms and edit from there. Or you can edit a little bit in the Motive Video app itself. So you're not stuck with our apps. They're fantastic apps that we also worked very hard to design. But it's a pro level setup.
So let me be sure I got it right. And if you can go through it with the mic so everybody can see it. The options that you have now is just getting one of the mics. You can start with just one.
Yep.
And what's that's called again?
Move Mic 1.
Move Mic 1. All right, so
Yep.
someone can purchase that, or you can purchase 2. And basically, these are then paired with the app that you can use your phone to then power them and connect with them and use it through your phone.
Yes.
To get their whole kit, you then get a receiver, and that receiver could then connect to your phone, to any kind of mixer that you would have, or your
camera.
Computer.
Digital
Camera.
SLR. It has this really cool swivel mount so that you can point it up and actually see what your screen is doing. Yes.
So those are all the options for you guys for this new product from SHURE. Laura, you're always great, and definitely I appreciate you being a partner here on the Stream Show, or coming through and keeping us in the know of what's going on with audio. We believe that audio is the first thing you really should be thinking about when it comes to live streaming. You want to be sure you sound great. And in this case, Laura, since the last time you were on, not only are you using a new product and sound great, but the look of the studio is awesome as well. You look great.
Thank you.
Someone has been doing some work over there. Huh?
Ecamm Live, I tell you what, I would be nowhere without Doc and Katie at Ecamm teaching me how to, make this look a lot better. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love it. Looks great. And I always appreciate your time with us. Maybe next time we could do things a little bit different. And I don't know, maybe Creator Camp will see each other again, or maybe just out and about, we'll kind of bump into each other somewhere.
I hope so.
There you go. Thank you. Oh, man, you got to love that, right? Showing off the products, and I gotta shout out my man Monty. Monty, thank you for coming through tonight, man. You can barely see, so he actually was talking about the new SHURE mic. I want to see if I get all of his comments, because he said he was using it today. New SHURE mic Move are awesome. Used it today with as a cameraman for my stepson's video vlog. All right, you could barely see him wearing them, and noise cancellation was amazing. I'm reviewing the footage. Man, thank you, Monty, for coming through and talking to us, and definitely sharing what you thought about this particular product. And Mr. Camera Junkie, man, it's always good to have you come to the Stream Show. And man, David, you know how this works, man. You say something good about it, you definitely getting a little screen time. If you are new, we love it when people come to the Stream Show to hang out with us. What we want to do is to provide the very best and information about Ecamm, about streaming. And in this case tonight, it's about audio and the new SHURE product. And thank you for saying that. If you did learn something tonight, if this was helpful to you at all, do me a favor, man. Hit the like button. I would feel better if you did. And Doc is sharing another link for us in the comments. He said he used them with the Blackmagic camera app, and so clean. Okay, I like that. So he's got the link to the Blackmagic camera app. If y'all don't have this app, you really need to get it. We all moved from Filmic Pro because Filmic Pro was starting to charge for it, and this Blackmagic app is free. You definitely want to go for the free, especially depending on how often you use some of these products, right? I try to use it a lot, but I wasn't using Filmic Pro as much as I used to. I was using the Ecamm app, but Blackmagic is free. Download it and use it at your will. Sometimes you just never know. You need to dial in an extra video just a little bit. It'll help you do that, Sammy Superstar. Man, so glad to have you here with us today. Love the Shure mics. Thinking about getting a new wireless mic. So these lavaliers, I think someone earlier was asking about the difference between, them and the DJI, all of that. This one goes up to, 100 feet, okay, with the receiver. You can connect it with your phone. I think the combinations of different options that you can get makes it stand out. All right? It makes it stand out from some of the competition because of how you're able to use it. If you need the whole setup with a receiver, $500. If you just need one, you can get one. If you need two, you can get two and connect it to your phone through the app. I just think that that's a better way to use it. Filmic is not the hot stuff, but the Blackmagic is a powerhouse. Well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? And Ben said that was me. Well, thank you. I know I read that, Ben. I wanted to be sure that I got back to how it would compare. I think it's just a little bit more versatile what it offers. And Doc said it earlier, you're not going to get Shure. Shure mics are not going to be the mics that are the best or the lowest price. Let me say it that way. I was going to say the cheapest. They're not going to be the cheapest. They're not going to be the lowest price, but they're going to give you a quality, durable system. Now, we used Shure in the industry all the time. I mean, my wife's mic is based off of Shure. Like when she travels and do the flute and all the other kind of stuff, it's based off the Shure. Kathy, don't think you've missed out because that DJI mic is a good one as well. If you got it, the biggest thing that we will always say, and I know, all of us are on the same page when it comes to what we think about some of the products. What I wanted to do is share the new product from Shure. Shure has definitely been a great partner with all of us, especially with me. I definitely have to shout out Laura. She's always been very supportive of the stream show. Tonight, our schedules kind of got twisted and we needed to do something a little earlier today, but we brought the idea of the new product. She had a chance to showcase it. But whatever you guys are using, the best thing is use what you have to the best of your ability. Now, I know the Let's Get Live VIP group. I know my people in the Ecamm community. We can get what we want. Financially, it's not a problem. We can get all the gear. How are you using the gear? Okay, I want to put that on you. How are you using the gear? Because that makes the difference. Okay, right now, Shure has got a product that it gives you a variety of ways to use it. Get out there and vlog. We've been talking about podcasting at Ecamm for the whole first 3 months of the year. Come on, where's your podcast? It is time now to use what you have to put some content out there. In a couple of weeks, I will have an opportunity to talk to Professor Nez. Professor Nez is another content creator that in just weeks, all right? I'm going to say 2 weeks. I'm going to honestly say 2 weeks, and I'm doing my research so I can catch it, and I'll talk to him before our show. So before the end of the month, Professor Nez will be on. He gained 50,000 subs in 2 weeks. And the guy knows what he's doing. He had a plan. He changed his content just a little bit. And we're going to talk about how he changed his content and then just kind of blew up in 2 weeks. Like right now, Professor Nez is doing it. He's going to get his plaque from YouTube. And I'm so excited about having him on to talk to you about how he did it, because he represents all of us, people that are trying our very best to connect with the audience, connect. And he made one shift in the topic of what he's was sharing, and it just blew him up. Now, that's not the end all be all. That's just right now. He's got to continue this. How does he continue? What's his plan to continue to connect with the audience for what he's talking about right now? And I am so excited that he's going to come on, because he's going to help all of us in the direction that we're going. Okay? That being said, yes, thank you so very much, Gretchen, for saying that. We got a couple of people watching here. We're still in the single digits, asking for some like. No, I have a couple of likes here with us, but let's go. If this has been helpful for you tonight, you can definitely hit the like button. All right. So, and Ben is helping us out. Yes. Don't want to be, it's a shiny object chaser. How do you plan on using this? Totally agree with you. The idea is, with all of us, taking everything that we have and using it to the best way that we possibly can. And you want to be sure that you can do that. And I'm saying this, but let me see if I can get somebody else to kind of help me say this the right way. Neil, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us tonight. And says his name is Kirk right there, but of course you guys know him as Doc Rock. Doc, man, thank you so very much for your help tonight and answering some questions inside of the chat. Sometimes you just need somebody else to say it the right way.
You know what it is? Hold on. I'm switching to the Shores real quick. Make sure you guys can hear me. All right. So now I'm using the Shore. So I can take this and move it out the way.
Are you using them in stereo, or you just wanted to show everybody what it looked like on your headphones?
I'm using it in stereo.
Oh, that's too cool, man. That is too cool.
You know what it is.
And you're able to, doing it like that, I'm just saying, how if you got why not use it, right? But you can actually turn it down a little bit, and it will give a little dynamic sound to it.
Right. So there's a saying we had in the military. Let me stop messing with these before I hurt everybody's ears.
I got you.
We had a saying in the military, which was called "smoke 'em if you got 'em." Right. And what happened was, if you were a non-smoker, you didn't get breaks. The people that smoked cigarettes, they used to get a 15-minute smoke break. The rest of us had to keep working. Whole bunch of people smoked just for basic training.
Just to catch a break, right?
You need to catch a break. And I would do exactly what you said. To add a little dynamic, I'm going to go in this receiver and turn one of these babies down. And you can even do something really unique, like put it in two different positions. Like, say I have one here on the front, and maybe I would put another one on another, like a camera or a handle. Like if you're using a selfie stick or something, you can put it there, and you add a little dynamics to your audio because your microphones are just slightly positioned differently. But I just wanted to come on and say, first of all, fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure I cover any questions. And I talk to this, to the people that come on my stream all the time. I totally fully get the inclination to instantly want to compare products. Everything ain't meant to be compared, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's just me. I don't take a kin to it when people compare me to other people. I stand alone in my skin. Right.
Well, okay, come on, Vin Diesel. Come on, you're compared to people all the time.
But I'm just saying it's I fully understand in human nature to do such a thing. It's a little dismissive of the individual persons, right? So for instance, right, not my favorite person in the world, but everybody talks about, Steph Curry is the next Michael Jordan. No, Steph Curry is the first Steph Curry. Let Michael Jordan be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe's the next Michael Jordan. No, he's not. Some kids right now, he's the next Kobe. No, he's the first him. Like, stop doing that's dismissive of that person's individual skill. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Shure is really good at doing what they do. They took it in the market right now. They could have said, yes, we need to add a bigger box so that we can have internal recording. They're like, nah, our people don't do that. That's something that the YouTubers do, and that, some of the other, video professionals do. But audio people, they're not going to do that because they know how to record properly, right? But they're going to say, oh, well, the trigger word nowadays is 32-bit flow. Nobody that we know currently needs 32-bit float.
Right.
Unless you're recording F1 or Indy 500, something where the sound dynamic goes from 0 to like 150, you don't need it. It just complicates your editing process. So
Right.
Shure took the executive decision to be like, no, we don't need that. We're going to go for size, quality, sound, and invent a whole new Bluetooth stack to make sure that you can connect to this with no extra hardware. I think that was brilliant. I think it took a lot of guts. I think it took brilliance. But you know how come Shure could do that? Because they've been around damn near
Been
100
around for a
years.
while. Right, right. They got the engineers, the scientists to be able to figure it out. Yesterday, you
Yeah.
actually went live with the app. How did, on the back end, when you went back to listen to it, and also the process of going live, how easy was that in app, and how did it sound?
It's easy. Oh my God. To be able to just like take my phone, throw it up in my little cage right here, stick a handle on it, and go straight live to YouTube like that. I think I will do that a lot more often on my travels. So, for instance, I'm going to be at Podfest Evolutions coming up in like 2 weeks. I think the ability to just go live right from there and do that thing, I think it's going to be amazing. And it gives us an opportunity to connect with the audience. And now here's where this shines, folks. YouTube just made it so that going live vertically actually helps you get discovered,
Right.
right? So if you're the type of person who has learned to get over the I need everything to be polished and perfect, that is an excellent vehicle for you to jump in. And your kit just becomes lighter because you don't need a receiver, to do that. You can just clip this on, bingo, take your phone, turn it on, do your thing. So
So
I
I
think it's
like
cool.
the fact that they are giving you a variety of things to be able to do it. If you just want one mic and it connects to the app, boom, you got your lavalier mic. You need two mics, or you need the receiver to be able to connect to any kind of other system, computer, mixer, all of that. They're giving you the options to do it. I really like that fact.
Yeah, I think that's the side of it. And the other thing is, it's funny because we're going to call things in this miniature form factor lavaliers, but these are true lavaliers. With the 3-letter version and the 4-letter version, you have to actually connect a lavalier to it and then,
Right.
run the wire up and put it. These are actually flat condenser lavaliers. So they're true lavalier mics, right? So there's a little bit different there as well. And you mentioned it before. Dude, I have all of them. So I love them. I'm not going to disparage my friends. I think that the DJI has amazing things. I think that the Rode has amazing things. I think the Shure has amazing things. What happens is you don't want to drive cross country in your Corolla. It's just not comfortable. You would drive cross country in something a little bigger, or you're not picking up 4x8 sheets of plywood. You go rent the little pickup truck for that.
Right.
So
Right.
every tool has its specialities, right? And again, I understand the videos that do XYZ versus XYZ, they always do well because people just love to do that. But
Right.
you just gotta don't be afraid to make a mistake, man. Pick the tool that you like, go for it. Kathy, don't feel bad because you bought something for another new something come out. There'll be another new something next week and a week after that.
I assure you that it will. It's
Dude,
kind of like what
NAB is coming up. I guarantee I will put money on it on the 15th of April. A whole bunch of brand new camera stuff is coming out.
So Doc, Neil is asking a question. He's asking
Yes.
what is the range of the mic when connected to the receiver?
About 100 feet so far. And I know, like, okay, one of the brands over there touts like 600 feet. The other one touts like 280. I don't know where you live. Well, I know where Neil lives. Neil lives in Portugal. I dime against two fat boys. Say if you put your camera on a tripod with no other person standing there and you walk 280 meters away from your camera, it won't be there when you get back.
Yeah, it's not a good idea, right?
So some specs are just cute and they don't really do much in the real world. On average, the majority of us are within 3 to 4 feet of our camera, maybe 5. If you get like 20 feet away from your camera, you become this big in the frame. You know what I mean? And so like, really though, are you going to use that? Nah, I wouldn't
Doc,
say.
I
But it
remember
is 100 feet.
watching a video of a content creator actually testing it, and it walked
Yeah.
so far away from the camera, And I'm like, well, I want to see what would be cool in the studio. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
be, I wanted to just vlog with somebody right in front of me. I'm not trying to go a football field long away from somebody with the
Yeah.
mic.
I mean, Tim does that, Mr. Everything Man, and I love him, dude. I love to catch a beer with that dude. He's hella funny. So I mean, you do it because what happens is and again, I'm not going to disparage my creator friends. I fully get what they're doing. A lot of people who watch these videos are in an aspirational stance right now, right? They're watching this. I want to become a YouTuber, right? A lot of these guys are younger kids or whatever. They do have limited budgets, which is why you and I both come from an audio background from being
Yeah.
radio DJs. And when people say the SM7B is an expensive mic at $400, it cracks me up because it is nowhere close to expensive mic. You know,
No, it's not.
my Sony C800G was $15,000 mic, 20,000 if you got limited editions. Like there's tons of Sammy will tell you. Sammy's an excellent person to tell you this. Yo, there's microphones that are in the $4,000 or $5,000 range that you see every day. But when it got to YouTube, and because at the time the demographics of YouTube was say under 21, yeah, when you're under 21, 400 bones is a lot, you know.
Right.
So that gives it the label, and then people just keep repeating that. So I think that is why we see something like this that will save you time, make the quality production so much better. I see why people, latch onto that and say that it's expensive, but in the same token, I have friends in my family right now that spend $400 getting their hair cut and colored.
Oh, everything has a level of expense of its own, right? So I've heard you talk about this a lot, and it may be a
I ain't got
good
no
break.
hair, so I don't understand that one.
Hey, right now, they should not call it haircuts anymore. Like the term for haircuts, it should be changed because right now it should be more like hair treatments, hair enhancements, all this other kind of stuff. You can have hair tomorrow, Doc. You can have hair tomorrow. You go to a
Yeah.
barbershop and they will hook you up, brother. There's so many things that's out there. But
Dude, one
you
of my
talk
friends
about,
went to Turkey and did it, and his hair looks normal now. You can't even tell. And I was like, bro, that's crazy.
hey, listen, whatever it takes, like for some of us, I'm definitely getting it. You've talked about this before, and I want to ask you this question. Then I know we got a couple people inside of the comments that I want to get to. Um, you've mentioned if you are a content creator that is using this as a business, how you should be thinking about the expense of new products or new equipment for your studio. Like it shouldn't be, oh, this is how much it costs. It should be, I'm using this for this, and I have clients coming up to use this equipment that are actually going to pay for this accessory that I'm getting. Could you kind of talk about that a little more as well?
Yeah, okay, so like let's just say I was gonna do some interviews for a client. Maybe, right now political season is popping off. Like maybe you talking to one of your district council people, city council people, whoever, and you want to do some grassroots style interviews with them. They're about in the street, they're talking to folks at the mall. They're trying to, drum up some I'm the everyman type of videos. That's where something like this would shine.
Right.
And sticking the big pack on them, the 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch brick, it's not
Right.
going to have the same look. It's not going to have the same closeness, and it's going to put a level of, I wouldn't call it fear, but it puts a almost like a shield in between that person and the person talking. You'll notice, because you've had to do this before for radio, when we have Lollipop, right? It's a champagne microphone, also Shure, by the way. It's a champagne microphone. This is how it goes. Sell. You
Right.
chop. You got the little ball on the top. The minute you pop a lollipop in somebody's face, they go uh. uh. But if you were to take one of these little guys and be like, "Hey, let me just clip this on your shirt real quick. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions," they'll forget about it
Right.
before you start to ask those questions. But when you pop that champagne poppy lollipop right in their face, people freeze instantaneously because we grew up watching, Monday Night Football or, Thursday Night
That's
Baseball,
right.
whatever. where they're using the lollipop and they go to
And
interview
go back.
people and you're like, oh, I'm not going to be as cool as those people on camera. So I think the size and subtleness of this is go good. So let's just say if you're about to do something like that, you tell that person, okay, if my standard, rate to do these little man on the streets interviews would have been like, say 2,000, you just make it 2,500 and you
Right.
cover the cost of your gear, that one thing. And normally, if you can't pay for it in 90 days with the work you do, you probably shouldn't buy it.
Ah, I like that point. I like that point. You can actually put it inside of the fee that you're charging someone, get the product.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if you have a business, at the end of the day, I'm doing my taxes, man. You know how long my list of expenses is, and I'm not saying that all this stuff is going to be a huge tax write-off, but man, this is a part of the plan to
Correct,
have
correct.
equipment.
And I think it's important that, when you start to, get in the business out of it and you're collecting some money, make sure you put some away to be able to replace equipment because equipment will get lost, broken, stolen, whatever. And nothing sucks more than to see a story where say photographer get their camera jacked in like the bay and they don't have any more equipment. Like, you insure your photo gear, make sure you have a separate account where you just take 10% of everything you earn or 20% of everything you earn and put it to replace your equipment because you will need a new Mac, you will need a new camera, you will need a new mic at some point in time.
And if you know us, we will need it, and that need is more of a want it. You will want
Yo,
it.
Yo, these
Come
are
on.
nothing but facts, man. You're telling the truth. A lot of it is just the one. And I think, I had the hardest time and I still can't shake it. I told you like more than a year ago, I wanted to shake the notion that I'm just a gear guy because I actually have a lot of practical experience doing this stuff. But I like gear. I get excited by the technology. And I
Right.
think the number one reason why I get excited by it so much, bro, I remember doing this stuff the hard way, fam. Like, I remember how long it took to do so many things. This guy has noise reduction built in. Before, when I would go to set up an audio to do an interview, I would bring a little case. It's called the SKB case.
Mhm.
And it would have like 5 different racks of EQ, processor, oral exciter, compressor, and then preamps. And I have to sit there and dial all these things in just to take a couple of SM58s to interview somebody at a construction site, you know. And
It's
now
true.
we got little teeny microphones that can, like, you're literally talking carrying $5,000 worth of audio gear to go do an interview in the street. And now we can just grab our phone. Like, we're just in a different spot. And I really wish people would appreciate how lucky they are now. I hate the word lucky. How you're in the right place. There's no better time to be a creator. Like, there's
There
so
you
much
go.
things to make your job easier. So it really is about just getting out there and doing it. And I'll point this out because Melvin's in the chat.
And I want to get
M-
to the chat too. So let's do this. I'm gonna do this really quick. See if I can add you in here.
There you go. So I love Ecamm, dude. You can just do these kind of
Oh
things
man.
quick, like in a
Yeah,
hurry on the
yeah, yeah,
fly.
yeah. On the fly, on the fly. All I have to do is remember what I did. Remember how to do this. Where's Melvin at in the chat?
Melvin had
Um,
mentioned something about ROI, but I want to say I know for a fact that Melvin has a beautiful lapis trumpet,
oh
right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what? I could go on Amazon right now and buy the cheapest trumpet on there, and he still make that joint sound good.
I'm sure he could.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure he
I saw
could.
this really, really incredible video with a girl named Jasmine Troy. She's a flautist, like wifey, and she did Flight of the Bumblebee with her $5,000 flute and then with the $69 Amazon flute. And because she's Jasmine Choi, she can make them both sound good. But you
Right.
could definitely hear the phrasing and the fluidity and the tonality in the $5,000 flute. But if you didn't know better, like I like flute, it's a thing. But if you didn't know better, you probably wouldn't notice. You wouldn't know she's playing a $69 flute.
Wow.
So the skill, right, for us creators, the ability to talk about what you talk about at a level of confidence that you know what you're saying, and the ability to do the interview without, going crazy and losing your train of thought and whatever, like that's the skill. It has nothing to do with any of the rest of the equipment.
I think that's so true. Because we've seen people with very, very small amount of equipment, and man, they hit a home run. And we've seen some people that had it all that, hit a home run as well. So where's the middle? Where
Mhm.
are you in your content creation to see, hey, do I need all of this stuff? Do I need to, there's no need of spending 20 grand and not have a piece of content. That's what I really want to say. Because you can spend
You're
20 grand on all this stuff. And if you're not creating content, why?
I'm curious how much Melvin spent on that beautiful piece of that thing is gorgeous,
It
bro.
is nice. It is nice.
It's
And
super
hey,
gorgeous.
listen, I know Melvin. He's one of us. He's got some equipment over there too. All right. So here's Sammy. Every tool is for each different person. I film what Doc does, and even Strick, we film different content. There you go. We
Correct.
film different
Yeah.
content. We will
Sammy's
need
into
different stuff.
cinema cameras now. Now that he's in film school, you know what I'm saying? Our man's is in film school. Our little kid that we raised, we're
Oh
like,
my God.
we're gonna be all up in graduation crying in a couple of years.
You're like, we're all gonna go with him and celebrate. I think, what was he, 17, 18 when he started with us?
Yeah, he's like 16, bro. We're gonna be sitting up watching the Oscars one day, talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the Oscar for the best picture is Sammy Kravitz, and we're gonna be like, oh, that's our boy.
Exactly. So Neil says, where was I get? Where did I get it? So Neil says he wears his running shoes anytime he has his tripod out. So
Yeah.
he's sure that he's gonna catch it if somebody tries to get it. I tell people all the time, Doc, they come on our show, say something nice, thank us for something like that. I gotta shout out Gretchen. I like the way that Shure keeps it simple but solid with its new microphone, and that is true. It
Yeah.
is simple and solid.
I mean, you're talking one button on the mic, two buttons on the controllers. That's it, and you can do everything. And their menu structure is well good. They actually spent some time. I think they probably looked at what's out there, or actually bought what was out there, and just compared what the frustrations are, or watched a bunch of videos. It's like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. They kind of did Apple. Just sat back, did it right, eliminated stuff that folks don't need, and make it good. Not worry about making it cheap.
Well, there you go. I think that makes the difference, right? Make it good, not making it cheap, and making it good, not making it cheap is a
Kurt.
good segue to add in somebody that's
I
making it
knew
good
it.
and not making it cheap.
I knew it. I knew it.
What's
I could just
going
tell.
on, Doc Rock? It's
What's up,
been a
family?
minute since we've
I
shared the
felt the
same
Swartz.
screen.
Yeah, I totally felt the Swartz when you came in. I'm like, yeah, Kurt's up in here.
He heard my transition. That's what he heard.
Yeah. As soon as he said, "Man, if people say things nice, we gotta shout them out," I was like, "For sure, we gotta shout them out."
Yo,
So
man,
you're
love
traveling
it.
spring break, right, Kirk?
Yeah, I took the kids down to see the grandparents for spring break. Yeah, man, we in Orlando, Florida.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's
Yes,
up, man.
sir.
So I'm actually fixing the screen here so that we can come on this next one. I want to bring you back on, Doc and Kirk. And I'm actually using, man, I love Ecamm. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love Ecamm, but I might have to resize this just a little bit
Okay.
to put us all in the right spot.
I'm
like
laughing
it.
at Melvin. He said he's gonna send me the price of the DM. I'm scared to look now.
Yeah, you
Yo,
might
my
not want to
head
do
is
that.
large, but
Yeah,
I'm
let
on
me
wireless
see if
today.
I
So
can.
no, I can back up. I'm on wireless today. I can back up. Look, now I get the same size peanut as Kurt.
Hey.
I had it zoomed in for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe the other person that was on I had like
wait.
that. It
I'm on manual focus. I can't do that.
I got you. So
Look, I came closer, so there you go.
I don't care. Everybody knows I have a large head. Whatever.
so Kirk, man, we did have Laura on today. Doc, I want to say this, especially with you here being a part of Ecamm. Man, Ecamm makes this thing so easy. So you would say, hey, there's some changes. I can't do the live show. Well, what can you do? Hey, can we meet earlier? So Laura and I met like 2 or 3 hours before the show, recorded her part. All right. We did an interview basically. I'm able to put that interview inside of Ecamm as a scene. I take that scene and put it on my stream deck. So basically, I have the option of starting and stopping the video where I last played it.
I
So
love
I
that.
play the first part, we talk, I stop it, talk to the people inside of Ecamm. It's a live show, so I still have my live engagement, right? Go back to the video and talk a little more. And so I
Yeah.
basically did it three parts of her one video that was maybe, I guess it was like 10, 12 minutes. But basically, we have a whole show based off of having Laura on talking about a product. She gets an opportunity as a Shure rep to kind of produce a product, get a product out there. But I really like the fact as a producer, because I'm producing the show live as I host it, having the options to do that. And then on the fly to be able to have Doc come on, and
Straight
then
up.
Kirk, as you got the internet, you're coming on. The things that you can do with Ecamm, if you allow yourself to not get nervous, for things when things go haywire, or if you have to do something different, then it would be different every day I went into the studio. It would not be the same. It would
Yes.
absolutely not be the same. So I like the fact that I can try to do something different with Ecamm, and it just downright works. And I'm not just saying that because you're here, Doc. I'm on the Ecamm platform. We're on the YouTube channel, and it is absolutely the truth.
Honestly, the best way to not get nervous is do it a lot. Like it
It's true.
just is, you know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna lie, dude. The first time my man James Hiramasa, he was my homie. I used to go hang out and watch him in the DJ booth. And James said to me one day, he's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna run to the house real quick. Can you stand here and play?" I look at the club. I'm like, "Man, there's like 1,000 people in this club." He's like, "Yeah, you good."
Mercy.
And I had never played in front of 1,000 people. I played in front of family and kids at my high school. And then he was like, yeah, you good. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the house real quick. I'm just gonna grab something, come back. That dude was gone for like a half an hour. And
Wow.
I was over there just getting it. And he come back later on with this nice girl holding hands. I'm like, I'm gonna hurt him.
Wow.
But the reason once I did that, I was nervous. But then the next time I did it, I wasn't. And eventually, I played in a stadium with 20,000 folks. I ain't just not afraid.
Right.
You just,
Yeah.
and so same thing for you, Kurt. The first time you stepped up to preach, you must have been dropping bricks. But now I'm sure you just stand there and do your thing, right?
Yeah, no, you actually get into a little bit of a rhythm. I still get a little nervous, but I
Really?
just feel
No.
like that's because I want it to go well. I want to get across what I want to get across, and I think that happens for anybody, public speakers, like you said, DJs, anybody that does anything in front of people. You there is a certain level of nerves, but you use that nervous energy as energy to be able to deliver and do what it is that you do. I just love hearing how people overcome, hearing that conversation that they have with themselves, because I feel like there's so much nuggets of wisdom that we can glean from that, man. So Doc, you're always a source of just, you just stay dropping knowledge. I just want to throw that out there. It has to be said. I don't get a chance to be on the screen with you as much as I'd like to. So I just have to throw that out there. You just constantly drop knowledge. So I just want to share that, man.
It's funny when I do conferences and stuff like that, like I speak at conferences, I don't actually get nervous, but I definitely have it in the back of my head. I want to deliver something for these folks. And
That's
what
it.
I use, you say, well, how do you not get nervous? It's because I want to deliver for them. I'm not worried about me. And that comes
Yeah.
from being a paramedic. Like I was never worried about me having to be in danger in order to save somebody else's life, right? So for me, I don't think about how I feel to go do this presentation. I want to make sure everybody leaves with a nugget or a piece of knowledge they can use to make their job easier. So that's probably the reason why I don't get nervous is I don't think about me. I'm always thinking about them. Am I going to deliver them a heat?
It's another
So,
cheat code right there.
so for me, it's actually a gift talking in front of people. I actually had to figure it out. I figured it out in church, having to stand in front of people and give like a review of a Sunday school or something, and I wasn't nervous. Sometimes talking one-on-one as a kid, I would be nervous to talk to people one-on-one, but for whatever reason, I figured out standing in front of this crowd, I just would turn on. And ever since I learned this, I probably was in junior high school when it happened. Like it now, the bigger the better. I'm one of those kind of people prepared. I'm prepared, pass me the mic. I got you. I've also learned that, hosting stuff, it's not about me. Like, the best job is to always have something in your back pocket, but not till you actually need it. It would be every show I've done. Like, your job is to introduce the next person. You have something you want to say about them, then you introduce them. But if you do enough shows, you will know that they'll throw you on the stage and ask you, hey, give us 5 minutes. Well, I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
you need 5
Yep.
minutes. That's
Yes,
exactly what I
you're
was
ready.
waiting on. That's
You know who's good
exactly
at
what I
that
was
is
waiting on.
Leslie, bro. And I mean, I have that same experience though, especially doing radio and you're doing a concert. In Casey and JoJo, they ain't even at the stadium yet.
Right,
You know,
right.
I ain't mean to call them out, but them fools is always late. But yeah,
Always.
Leslie is really, really good at that, man.
And it's just, it just makes a difference. Like, if you're called to that, if that's your gifting. So many people are afraid. I just would say, whatever it is that makes it hard for you, go after that. Try to do it. Keep riding the bike until you get good at it, till you can pop a wheelie for more than 1 second. Just drive down the street on one wheel and have that confidence, because you could do it. You can do
You know,
it.
one of the things that helps to have confidence, this is the segue right here, Strick, is your audio gear. Good audio gear will help you to have
All the time.
a different level of confidence. I mean, if you know you're going to sound right, or better yet, if you can hear yourself, that's even another cheat code.
So,
Because
Yeah,
people
because
will self-edit.
you're not thinking about that feedback or that buzz
Right.
or that whatever you think
Yep.
you got.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I would say when we do stage events or whatever, good sound man make you feel good anyway.
makes you
Oh
feel
my
good.
goodness. So
Because
that you're so right.
it's nothing like
Yeah.
having the monitor set just right where you don't have to scream.
Yes.
Where
Yes,
you don't
Yes.
have
yes.
to scream. You can hear yourself, so you can project or have the resonance
Yes.
in your voice the right way.
The
Oh, man,
different
it's cool.
inflections, the rises and the
And,
falls, all of that
and you know what
dynamics.
Kurt just said? What Kurt said, which is so valuable, is if you watch a consummate professional ever lose it on stage, it's because the sound ain't right and it's throwing them off.
Right. That's
And
true.
oh man, it's my personal friend. I melted when I seen Joe Coy screwing up the Golden Girls. It's
Oh
like I know
wow.
Joey. I spent a lot of time with Joey. Joey used to come to my club all the time and hang out. And whenever he come to Honolulu, he'd always come and kick it with us. Very nice guy. Watching him lose that, I was like, bro, I was so sad for him. But
So
that's what
sad, man.
happens. That's what happens when you get in a position and you don't trust your own self and you don't trust your gear or whatever this is can
Mhm.
happen. So Critic Chronicles is saying in the chat, that practice really makes perfect. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people wait until they have to do it to do it. So I'm always telling LGL fam, I'm like, listen, create when you don't need to. If you create when you don't need to, you'll have extra stuff in the can if you need it. Like
Woo!
you said, Strick said it. You have that thing in your
Yes.
pocket. You ready to
Yeah.
go. So
Yes.
just get in the habit of creating when you don't need to.
Create when you don't need to. That's good.
Yeah, that is so true. And just this call today, I got Kirk on, I got Doc on. I'm missing Miss Gladney, Diana Gladney. Shouts out to you. I'm
Good
missing my
deed.
man Alicio Way. Shouts out to you. Alicio went live the other day for no reason but to say he tested something. Everybody chiming in. I'm missing my man Brant. Who else was there with us in the beginning, Doc?
Oh, Lim,
Talking about the five.
Lim, yeah, the
Lim well.
5 hour stream. I mean, we just had a ball
Fulgens, Lim
connecting.
Money. Yes.
Yeah, man. It just reminds me of all of that and all of the ability that we have to help people over the years. Doc, it's 3 going on 4 years now.
Yeah, dude, who you just made me miss thinking about those 5 hour energy stream was freaking Pastor Jody, dude. Jody was the man.
Yeah,
I loved.
yeah.
I gotta reach out and check to make sure he's all good, dude. I love Jody. Jody was so funny. Jody was such a good cat. Wow.
Man.
Are we talking about him like he's not around? He's still
Yeah,
around.
he's around somewhere.
He's
Him
around
and
somewhere.
Noble.
Yes, I talk to Noble all the time. Like I keep over him because he's a Chiefs fan. I'm a Raiders fan. We just curse each other out in chat.
That's funny. That's funny. I tell you what, Doc, I do have a few questions for you in
Yes,
just
sir.
a minute, but I want to go ahead and wrap it up today for everybody that's been watching. If you hadn't hit the like button, what are you doing? Please hit the like button before we get out here. Let Ecamm know that you do appreciate the programming that they have. Doc, you're on a couple times this week, right?
Yes. So we got master classes popping, we got demos popping, but the one thing I do not want you guys to miss, and this is going to be crazy. My buddy Phil is doing this workshop with Adobe Express. Now, I I was Adobe Express first for the longest time, right? Back when it was Spark. And then Alicio was like, I can't do that. I need to do Canva, and I don't know how to do Canva. So I got Canva and started messing with it just so I could show Alicio how to do stuff. I made a couple videos, whatever, and then I started using Canva because it was different than being in Photoshop because Photoshop got all the buttons, you'll press all these things.
Right.
And then Canva did something with their affiliate program, didn't make me happy, and I just went back to Adobe where I belong. And Phil is gonna melt your faces, folks. You guys gotta see Phil. Hilarious cat. Like he's super genuine, super nice. Katie and I had dinner with him in Orlando a couple weeks back, and that workshop is going to be everything. So I don't know if you can catch it live, catch the replays, put that joint on point. Do not
And he's
miss
doing
that.
Adobe Express
He's
demo.
doing Adobe Express workshop. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See, this is why I depend on Paul too much. I don't be knowing what stuff at. Like, Mr. Moderator, what's today? He ain't here. Paul is
Right.
sleeping. But yeah, I think that's correct. But just look at the Ecamm channel. You'll see it. You'll see Phil's face. He just feels phenomenal, bro. You guys are gonna just trip. You're gonna really love it. And yes, it's really, really good.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. And of course, I can't forget tomorrow night, Anna and Fulgens, they will be doing ENN. So you want to catch that. They are just grown into some professional news hosts for Ecamm, and they do a Wednesday show as well. Love them two together. If nothing else, Anna is going to laugh at something somebody said. You're going to
Dude, I
get
was
a
gonna
laugh out of
say,
it.
dude, that laugh, I just love it. It just juices me up. And they're at like 122 episodes. This Friday will be 151 for me. Ron Bacardi edition coming through.
Wow.
151 demos, bro. So yeah,
Man,
you're
that's
right. It's 3 years.
awesome.
It's crazy.
Yo,
Super,
the
super
So
cool.
Adobe Express joint is the 11th, 12th, sorry, the 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
see,
he's got
Paul,
3 different ones.
dude, Paul is like Beetlejuice. I said, Mr. Moderator, this dude pop up in the chat, bro. Like he is like Beetlejuice.
that's funny. Let me see
Come
if I have
through.
everybody here, and then we'll do. Here we go. And that's for the Express. And then it says no building blocks this week. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Paul is the man because literally, I just looked it up, and then by the time I looked it up, I looked down, and he had it on the screen in the
Dude,
comments
I
already.
mean,
So that's dope.
homie was asleep making a sandwich and doing something. He heard that Spidey sense, and he just like, brah, stream deck button, boop, it's in there.
Hey, I can't forget Keith Pelzer being a part of those calls, man. I didn't
Oh,
call him
yeah.
out,
Yes,
man.
Keith Pelzer. That is so true. Yes, Keith Pelzer was definitely on
And
there.
then Mr. Camera Junkie said, Big Dave, Digital Buddha. Bro,
Digital Buddha.
yeah,
That's right.
I'm hoping. So my wife is doing Philly sometime this summer to catch up with Keith. He actually came the last time. It was really cool hanging out with him.
that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
he came out his way with his camera, the whole nine, man. So
Let me tell you, if you're in Philly and you can catch up with Keith, that is a whole vibe. It's a whole night. It's a whole.
I
It's a
want to be able to
situation.
go. I want to be able to go so I can go into the studio.
Yes.
So
Go
when I
to
go
his.
into the studio,
Yes.
I'm hoping that y'all don't tell him, but I'm hoping that I can take something out of there, something that he's got on the wall, so I can put it on my wall. so if you talk to Keith, hey Keith, Strick said he's gonna take something. You're not gonna know he's taking something off the wall, one of those Jesus crosses or something. I'll just throw it up.
Dude, he won't even notice. He got so much things, he won't even know. He'll be like, oh, that's super good. Man,
That's
Strick,
funny.
you did a good job today showing something that I don't think a lot of people have thought about in Ecamm or done before. I love the pre-recorded interview, but then still be here to talk to your people. I think that is a fantastic way to do it because I did get official word. We were talking about this in the Facebook group a while back. It used to be that YouTube completely frowned upon doing a dead stream, aka
Okay,
playing a stream when you're not live, but
right.
you're playing it off as if it's live. But now they said as long as it doesn't like sort of lie to the viewer to where they feel like they're not gaining value, they'll let it slide because they
Gotcha.
understand a lot of the TV shows do that, right? A lot of the football or baseball games will play it after it's over, they'll play it on YouTube, right? So once they bought a TV company and started doing video on demand, they kind of get it. So
Right.
you can do dead streams on YouTube. As one of those things, just because you can don't mean you should. So I think the dope compromise, you did it today and you did it like a boss.
Man,
So
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
give you
Anytime I
some
can
flowers
make
on that.
my man Doc proud of the work, man, that's a big deal to be able to get a compliment like that. Our job is to do all we can to support the people. And these people that come to the stream show, they're coming because of it is the stream show. Live streaming is what we like to teach, but the engagement we get through the comments. I've tried it before to do like a paid video or do a premiere, and man, it kind of great content, but because the engagement is not there, the video kind of bums. It doesn't get the view. So doing it this way, and especially between Kurt and I, with or without a guest, we got to give you great content just to banter
Yes,
between
sir.
the two of us. Having a guest like Laura coming, it kind of adds, but videoing her and going back and forth and talking about it, oh man, it's still going to be a great show, including the comments and people talking about, asking questions or adding in. And then I had the luxury of having Doc Rock inside of the comments today answering the questions. So you just never know what'll happen, right? With a live stream,
and you
if you
just gave
show
me a
up.
good idea. The next time, like you gave me a fantastic idea, bro. A lot of times when we do the K&G Q&A, right? Ken and Glenn come through and they go kind of quickly because they got a lot. They want to tell you what's popping. They want to answer questions where they get it. But also some of the stuff they answer, but they don't stream enough to know like they can't go deep. So they'll give you the
Gotcha.
surface answer. We could take them joints and do a not I want to call it a reaction video because I hate that terminology, but you could do like a play-by-play after, or you can do a color commentary. So you
Right.
can find the highlights of that, get the question, and then go deeper. Let's take this, Eric brought up this good question. Ken and Glenn answered it this way. This is what they're doing, and let me explain to you why. They didn't have enough chance to go deeper. Let me explain to you why we do it this particular way and say not another way. You know what I mean? So like
I like that.
a lot of people, like there's a lot of features that people ask for and it's not there yet. And it's not because they don't want to do it. It's because it has to be done right. Like Ken and Glenn are hardcore Apple guys to the core. And one thing that Apple guys don't do, you don't just band-aid a feature on. It has to fit, it has to flow, it has to work in a manner that will reach the most people, not just because Kurt won a feature. It has to be a whole bunch of Kurt wants a feature. And a lot of people
Gotcha.
don't get
I
that.
like
A
it.
lot of people
I
are
like it.
like, I just want this thing. And I was like, yeah, you've been saying that. Well, how come they didn't do it yet? Because you're the only one that has asked. I'll give a prime example, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this. We have been getting asked by 3 people for corner pinning for 3 years that I've been here. Not 30, not 50,
It's
not
3.
100, 3 people. But those same 3 people every live stream. When are we going to get corner pinning? Fam, it's only 3 people asking for that. The Ecamm fam group, just the Facebook alone is 25,000. That's not even a fraction of actual users. So it's you
Wow.
3. And I get why you want it. I kind of understand it, but I might even use it. No, I won't. But it's
Yeah.
just you. It's legit, and I don't want to blow nobody's gas. It's literally
I,
just you 3. So if I
I
was
got
you and
I got
you really wanted it, I would go hit up a whole bunch of other people and politic for it. Get a
there you
bunch
Right.
go.
to do it. You know.
Now, I will say this: you leave some crumbs for the content creators. That's all I'm going to say. Because what you're talking about right now sounds like a great show for either Alec to do, or Strick to do, or
No, I
Yeah,
myself to
can't do
do.
it.
yeah.
It's a doc type show, to be honest with you, Kirk. You know why? He knows the details behind it.
This is
I've
true.
learned my
This is true.
lane, and my lane
This is
is
true.
I'm more the host guy. I could be there with them talking about whatever it is on the surface, but knowing the details behind it or the reasoning behind it. I like what Doc is saying. Like, that person has to be very astute in whatever the features and functions are, how they work, how they could work, or why somebody's idea may or may not be a good idea. I don't know how someone would use corner pinning, like what that would help with. I've been bad with this. I'm one of those kind of people, man. I only go through open doors. So when closed doors are there, I just find an open one. So I have never requested for a feature. Man, when they had interview mode come up, I heard about interview mode. We're gonna have it. Man, I'm using it, but I've never sent a request in. Hey, is there a way? No, I was using Skype before then. How do you interview people? You bring it in through. So I'm kind of bad about that. I think the community that we have, a vast enough community where we do have people that may have used other systems and say, hey, why not do this? So and so can do it this way. What if we can do it, because it helps all of us. But I agree with Doc. We need multiple people wanting some of those features requests for it to make sense.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
that makes perfect sense. I think definitely. But I totally agree with what you're saying. It is the deep dive would have to be somebody who has that insight and perspective from being an actual Ecamm person to be able to give some of those in-depth answers. But I can tell you right now, I know, Alec dropped his obligatory, Ecamm version video, which is always doing good. I
So
check out
good.
that video. It's always
So, sir.
dope. If you want a recap or just kind of a walkthrough of all the different features, he does such a great job. We just got to give him his flowers. But I
That's what's
do
up.
definitely have a couple of videos coming to just kind of showcase some of the features that I know my community absolutely needs to know about. And so that's one of the things I feel like, we could kind of talk about that as well in terms of, as you kind of plan out your content calendar, when your platform is going to be dropping a new version and there's going to be these things on there. And especially when you talk about like even this whole integration with Zoom, I'm saying to my community, you guys are all complaining about Facebook making these changes for community groups and not being able to stream there anymore, or at least dropping the API. I'm like, you need to be looking at platforms, that integration between Ecamm and Zoom. That is your replacement for your community group, essentially.
Yeah.
And so don't just look at it from a functionality standpoint. Look at it from, okay, how can I take this onto owned property, right? Because you've been living rent free for a long time,
Right.
using Facebook groups for free. So take this onto owned property so that you can have your own space for your own people. Now, there's more that I would share there, but I'm just using that as an example. It's the perspective behind it that I'm trying to get people to see. You look at the feature,
And the number
you
one reason
don't
why they're
see the
getting rid of it?
perspective. Yeah, go.
The number one reason why they're getting rid of it is twofold. Number one, it's costly. It's very costly. You don't understand how many people how much software, how much teams, how much network connectivity is required to even let YouTube do this. Okay.
Wow.
And everybody just assumes that because YouTube is Google, they got unlimited budget. No, they don't. Every company has a limited amount of resources. Even the number one company in the planet at Apple, at pushing $3 trillion, they just can't spend it willy-nilly. If they
Right.
spend it willy-nilly, they're going to be the same position as y'all talking about, hey, I can't buy this new mic. So,
That's funny.
like they can't. They have to do things at a certain fiscal responsibility. The other thing is, when you decide to host all these videos, you become the arbiter of safety. If you know the government is about to come after you, then you just like, let me get this mess off my platform, right?
Wow.
This is the social media equivalent of hiding the weed before dad come home.
Oh man.
Like, they know they're about to get checked on by the government. They know they're about to get audited. They know they're about to get blamed for, the next political cycle or whatever. So Facebook is like, whoa, here's what we're going to do. Since y'all don't know how to play, I'm going to take the remote. Remember grandma do that? She come in the living room and snatch the remote because you trying to watch Happy Days and your sister's trying to watch Living Single. And grandma was like, you know what? Take the TV, take the cord out the back, go to church. You all sitting there looking at the black TV.
We did not have a Happy Days reference right there, Doc. Oh my gosh. You show your age like the funds just came out.
Hey.
Hey, living single was that show. That was that
Yo, let me
show
see
though,
what
for
this
real.
show. It
Yeah, but
was.
that was 20 years later or 30 years later, I think.
It was just a random
I
example, but yeah,
understand, but it's cool.
Facebook is
Listen,
trying
I'm
to
I'm
stay out of
tracking right
trouble.
with you though. As you
Yeah.
can tell, I'm tracking right with you.
So yeah, really, Facebook is trying to stay out of trouble. And Curtis, telling you the truth, I have people talking about I can't have my group closed. I have a 7-figure like Facebook group. I make all. Then, family, you can afford to buy a circle. You
Right,
can afford to get Mighty Networks or someplace where you can do your thing. Like you wasn't supposed to be in Facebook when you got the 7 figures. And I
right.
mean, you was living rent free, bro. You was the guy with the rent control house in New York while you working in the stock market. It's
Hmm.
Wait,
not fair.
oh, say that again. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's so
yeah.
good.
It's not good. It's not good. So you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, and I think last thing is sometimes, folks, the things that you want, we kind of want them too, but they're just not programmatically possible. If the coding was that simple, fam, how come ain't nobody else coding this stuff?
Right.
It ain't that easy. That's why. And I mean, I get this. I'm protective of the boys, and I try my hardest not to lose it in the chat. But I'm like, yo, these cats, they work endlessly. Strick, you seen it. You seen Ken pick up the laptop in the middle of doing something normal, walk outside and start coding. Cause that's just how they are. These guys work
Wow.
religiously to make this app so dope. And then we roll out 4.2 and people be like, when is 4.8 coming out? And I'd be like, that's just disrespectful. I get offensive and they're like, no, they don't take it bad. Like they don't take it bad. I do.
Listen,
I
I
take it
do. I
personal.
do. I'm not gonna lie. I see some of the comments and I'm like, man, are we not going to at least take a second to appreciate what they've delivered?
Just
Can
give
we
them
just
one
do
second.
that? Can
Like
we
they
just
are
take one
introducing the
second?
new thing, right?
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Hey,
Oh my
Kurt, let me ask you
goodness.
this question. Your mobile setup right here. What are you using?
Man, so I've got a wireless mic on my chest right here. I have my cell phone as my camera, and I just have my laptop and the headphones. That's it.
I
It's
got it.
good.
I got
It's
it.
good.
That's
Very
it.
good. Very
Yeah.
good, man. I appreciate you
Continuity
taking the
camera
time to
for the
do it.
win. Absolutely.
There
Oh
you
yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah. I listen. I wanted to be on for the whole show, but I just couldn't get connected. So we got that fixed, and I was like, let me see if they're still on. So yeah.
Yeah, Doc came through, saved the day. You know,
Yeah.
and there were still people in the chats like, Rich
Dude,
man, thank
Critic
you for coming
Chronicle
through.
just came through with a heater. He's telling the facts right there too.
Which one is that?
Critical Chronicle say, I just learned these new technologies can be like frustrating in process when we do not practice or take time to plan to play with the equipment, prior to going live or broadcasting. The reason why I think this is such a key statement,
So good. So good.
there are amazing features in the app already you ain't even touched.
Right.
You have not even touched. There are also things you don't have to do just because it's there. Sometimes you just need to get out there and open the thing and just start reading Genesis. You like
There you go. Just start
you
at the
all the
beginning.
way up in Corinthians and like, yo, you need to back up. This
Doc,
Adam,
you sneaker preaching right now.
Yeah,
You
he
sneaker
is.
preaching
you
Yeah,
know what I'm
right
he
saying?
is.
now.
Y'all need to go back to the apple and the snake. Y'all all the way the heck down, in Psalms.
Hey, you
So
in
you
2
can't skip
Corinthians.
you
2
can't skip
Corinthians.
half the book, like just back up. Sometimes you gotta back up. So yeah,
That's
Flo is
funny.
right.
That's
Reps are
funny.
necessary.
So while we were talking, guys, I did something that I wanted to try. It was in my mind when they were doing 4.1 to be able to do the perspective. I'm like, man, if I got 3 people here, what if I just slid the perspective just a little bit? Person in the center is where they need to be. And then the 2 people on the edge are kind of slid in a little bit to kind of give it a V look. What would that do? And, I'm looking at the
It's
TV here, and
good.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I could probably
I
it's
size it up a
cool.
little better, but I think it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's cool.
No, I
I
saw
like
when
it.
you did it. It's dope. It's dope. It's really dope. Yeah. And let me say, so Critic Chronicles, it's just the iPhone 15 continuity camera. Nothing too special, but yeah, it's doing the job. I'm using a back camera, to get it done. Yep, that one right there that Doc has. And just connecting to interview mode and Ecamm over the browser. So it's working really good. But no, it's strict. I saw when you were adjusting it. And I was like, oh, that's dope. I really like that. I really like that. So
Yeah, it was in my mind when I saw the twins go over it, and I just thought, man, this would be really cool to do. And I just keep forgetting to do it. Like we hadn't had 3 people yet. So since Doc was on, I got a chance to do it. And Bill Advise says Ecamm and Zoom for the DJ parties. Listen, it just kind of opens up a whole lot more things for people if you're really thinking about it. Doc, Kurt and I talk about this all the time. Sometimes the things that is a roadblock for you actually could be a real blessing for you if you know how to use it the right way.
Oh, I say it all the time. I was like, what do I always say? The obstacle that you're avoiding is actually the work you need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of time it's presented to you because it's what you need exactly to do. So yeah, I think so people be looking for this shortcut. Like, oh, if I just had this one shortcut, it's going to help me. No, that's the work you're supposed to be doing. And so the shortcut is actually going to ruin you. And so you're better to just do it correctly.
Oh man. So it's kind of like this. You want to get stronger, like just doing the bench press. You know, there's so many other muscles that are engaged that you have to engage to do the bench with. It's not just doing the bench press. Sometimes you want to get your shoulders here in the front. You want to get your triceps a little stronger. And those other muscle groups allow you to carry more weight on your chest. That being said, We've already talked about it today. If you're getting the new equipment, practice with the new equipment. Know why you're using it. Don't stop yourself. If you need it, purchase it, knowing that this purchase is going to help me in my business and be a better content creator. There's nothing better than having Laura Davidson come through from SHURE, then to have my guy Doc Rock stop through and be a part of the stream show. Like, this is a cool day. And then for Kirk to have Skylink help him out, get internet access where he's on vacation, and to give us some time. And then all of you that are watching that's a part of the comments and a part of the stream show in the Ecamm family, thank you guys so very much. Next week, we will be talking about copyright laws. I got Gigi coming back, so she's always great, and we're going to do part 2 of the conversation we did last year, so don't miss out on the content copyright stuff. You want to know how you're protected and then how the system protects itself about copyright. So, again, don't miss out on that. Doc, Kurt, hold what you guys got, and, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I would like to thank you for watching another edition of The Stream Show.